Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 143 of the Toonami Escape podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. Tonight we have Kohler
Hey guys.
and Thanos.
Kneel before me. I must cleanse you all.
Well, too bad. I'm Ant-Man, and I'm going to climb in your asshole and expand. That's definitely how that movie's going to end, guys.
Yep.
That 3-hour movie.
Yep. No, 3 hour, 2 minutes apparently.
I
Because
mean,
they got to set up the next phase in the other 2 minutes.
what's the next phase? Give me it.
Fantastic Four.
Probably like galactic stuff.
Well, they have Galactus
like,
now.
Yeah, I mean they got Fantastic Four back. They got
But
Galactus.
they can't actually set that up yet because they wouldn't have been able to work that in.
Well, I mean,
it's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
No, I just mean they can't. They couldn't have done anything with that character yet, and by the time in time.
Well,
they only just merged with Fox. Yeah. They only just now can start doing stuff with it. Like, they couldn't do anything in anticipation.
Right.
Like, so they're not going to tease the Fantastic Four. They're not going to tease the X-Men.
No.
I don't know.
I think
they could have prepared something just in case, because I mean I'm sure the paperwork was going
I don't
through.
Think they could, because that could really get you in legal trouble.
Yeah. If they did that,
you can film whatever you want as long as you don't release it.
Oh no.
You'd think that, but apparently whatever. No, I could see them maybe teasing the Fantastic Four at the end of the next Spider-Man movie, because I think they would have enough time to do that.
I wouldn't expect anything until next year.
But at the same time...
But of course, we don't even know what movies are coming out next year.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing, is basically the only movie we know that's coming is Spider-Man. And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, like it all kind of stops at that point.
Well, they're waiting for Endgame to end.
Yeah, because they can't do anything else without major like Spider-Man's already major spoilers.
I mean, hey, spoiler alert, they're gonna come back to life.
Yeah.
Also, spoiler alert, Promise Neverland's coming to Toonami.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
But you didn't know?
I completely missed that. I've been doing the friggin' Thanos thing all goddamn week. Like, between that and work and class and everything else I have to do, it
just happened today.
Oh, well, that explains it. I've been updating the Thanos list. I'm at 950 crazy people who want a 1 month ban.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. So yeah, we're getting it on April 13th. Which means, guess what, B-dubs? Guess what? That's 2 consecutive weeks of double Sword Art Online.
I want to weep and then die.
And that means April 6th. It's the thing.
Oh, God.
And not only that, it's the thing. It's the second half of a double header.
Oh, God.
You won't even get it'll be like the episode 9 will end and you'll be like, oh no. And then it'll be like, well, guess what? We're doing it right now.
God damn it. I mean, maybe it's better to get it all over with at once.
It's fine. I mean, I guess they did say that they had to do this double SAO thing because there was still the whole licensing thing with Neverland still kind of being worked out, which fits with what he was saying a while back. DeMarco was saying about like they can't announce it because of legal reasons.
Weirdly, they couldn't announce it until the day the final episode was simulcast. Huh.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That's probably why.
I also wonder too if maybe it has something to do with like the theme song, because sometimes theme songs can be a problem. Because this one is an Underworld song, but Underworld is like a Sony Records band, and so you never know.
No, I mean, I like, judging from what Greg said, I'm guessing that the issue is more, the simuldub was exclusive.
It's a Noitamine show, which means I believe it was also on Amazon.
It was on like 2 services, I think, because there's a thread for the anime on Reset Era, and I remember it said that it was on like, or I saw the video about it, like the U.S. debut of the show, and it was on whatever that dumb network is called. That who owns the one that owns all the No, what is the name of that streaming service? The anime streaming service nobody has.
High Dive.
Yes,
I have that.
No, nobody has that.
I have that.
Well, High Dive, and then like one other one. It might have been Hulu, actually.
High
I can't
Dive
remember.
gets like magic is they're like Amazon. They get one show a season that I really want to watch.
But it's on Crunchyroll too, obviously, and that's probably part of the reason Toonami was able to get it. It's an Aniplex show too.
Come to think of it, like I don't know why High Dive made me think of it, but I still haven't seen the Ushio and Tora dub, and I really like that series, and I feel like this is a major misstep for me.
It has missed its boat.
I know, like it's not going to happen, but it's like sort of FMA tier, and I just want to know what the dub is like at this point because I haven't seen it anywhere.
Did it get released?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. It's just a matter of
it was Sentai. So...
Yeah. Oh, Sentai had it. But yeah, it was Sentai. I never I wanted to hear it before I spent any money on it.
And that show came and then it went.
Yeah, it deserved better than Sentai.
Well, speaking of dubs though, so like I think it's really interesting that we haven't heard anything about the Promised Neverland dub, and we're getting it in like a week or two weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks, but still, it's pretty fast. I mean, they must have been working on it kind of silently, or maybe Probably. They're just turning it around really fast, like SAO. But one interesting thing, this may be completely unrelated, but something I thought of is that during this week's Hunter x Hunter, the voice actress for Komugi, Ryan Bartley is her name, and she tweeted about like, oh, I really love playing Komugi. She's one of my favorite characters I've ever portrayed, blah, blah, blah. But then she also at the end of her tweet said, see you around very soon, Toonami. And it's weird that she said very soon.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to be one of the voices in Promised Neverland.
I'm guessing yes.
Would she be Emma then?
Probably.
Could be. I don't know. I mean, like, there's a lot of characters in that show.
Although Emma just screams Erica Mendez to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Does like, I don't know how it works with voice actors and stuff, but like, and the studios, but like an Aniplex show like this, like, do they have a certain pool of actors, or is it just anybody? Or
does Aniplex of America? I don't know who they usually work with.
Well, somebody on the thread was saying like this is and like SAO, and so voices like the people in SAO, but I don't know if that's true.
I'm trying to find who.
Yeah, I don't even know like who does voices for certain. Like, there's always like, oh, you can always recognize like there's a certain pool of actors who show up in certain like Aniplex shows, or certain like I guess, or maybe like Funimation shows.
I don't know if Aniplex uses a certain pool, has a go. I don't know. They may be one of those guys who get people from whoever.
Well, if that's the case, then it's all the more likely she might show up in this new dub. So, and just to say though, like, I mean, I know I'm not patting myself on the back when I say this, but like I remember a week ago or 2 weeks ago saying like what show would you want on? And it's like, I want this show because I think this looks like a good fit for Toonami. And I think tonally and everything, I think it will be. I think it'll be a really good mix because it is.
Well, see, I don't know why they would just get a show about those children living happily in an orphanage.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just a show about kids in an orphanage. I mean, it's going to be like, it's not like a serious thriller drama or anything. It's just fun times, right?
Well, yeah, totally. There's no twist at all in the first episode.
There's nothing scary or
Look, it's one of those it's one of those shows where it's like, okay, why would you watch it? It's like, you have to be like, okay, obviously there's that twist.
Yeah. Let's not say anything, because actually I am really curious to know who in the thread at all, or even you guys. I'm assuming all you guys know.
No, me no.
You don't know anything about the show, or have you read the manga at all?
Nope.
Or? Oh, awesome. Perfect. This will be really fun. I mean, I will say I have skimmed the manga. I do not know every detail, but I know the major beats. And I have not watched the show. I've only know the major beats of the manga. So,
like, I know a little bit through like cultural osmosis of it gets discussed in the manga thread, and I'm in there a lot. So
you probably know the twist already.
Well, yeah, but there's like
I don't know.
twists upon twists too. So,
but like, I haven't honestly paid much attention to it, and I can't really remember anything. Like, if you told me, I'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, no, I remember that."
It's almost impossible to talk about this show without discussing the twist because it's episode 1.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the least. That's like, to me, like the least sort of. I don't know, like that's just the stepping off point for the bigger question of everything going on, to me. To put it in the most like non-spoilery terms, like that reveal that happens in the first episode is just a thing that just makes you ask even more questions, which I think is really cool. And that's what the whole series is about, kind of. And then I will say too that like I didn't really catch on to this manga until I think after everything we're going to see. So like everything that's going to happen in this first season, I really have never seen any of it, not even in the manga. Like I just know like a thing or two happens, but like I don't know, I've never seen any of the details. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's
I think it's fine. I finished it today. I gave it a 6.
Oh, the series is over?
Yeah, it just ended today, like I said.
Well, season 1, they've announced that there will be a season 2 in 2020.
Yeah, okay. Like, if the twist happens in like the first episode, I'm not sure if that's a twist so much as it is a hook, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You're right there with it. And it's not exactly like it comes out of left field. I mean, the way the episode is shot, it's kind of like, what's going on here? So
yeah. I mean, it does sound like interesting, and it is something I've been, sort of on the periphery of for a while. So this will sort of be a good excuse for me to, get into it. I feel like it's going to be a bit like me and MHA, where I keep seeing people talk about it, but I never got into it until it came here. And then I gave it a shot, and then I binged the manga, and now,
You're into it?
Yeah. What I actually come to think of, like, whenever I think of Promised Neverland, I also think of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer for some reason. Like, is there a anime on that of that?
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer? Yeah. No. In fact, the first Planet With was the first anime from that guy, period.
Yeah, they like skipped it. Yeah, they skipped to the other one. Yeah.
That is such an awesome series.
Well, maybe they'll go back to. Maybe they'll do it.
Yeah.
As soon as they do Yotsuba and Dungeon Meshi. So AKA never.
Yeah.
Here, take your B-stars. Oh wait, it got eaten by Netflix.
Yotsuba like anime. It
Here's
makes
a new Watanabe anime about girls doing music on Mars, eaten by Netflix.
Mm-hmm. I'd watch that.
Ever think? Whenever I think
that's a thing that's next season.
No, the Yotsuba thing.
Yeah, well, that guy was like, no, never.
That's what I was about to say. If you let me speak, I'll say that like every time I hear about the concept of a Yotsuba anime, I just think of the guy who did Calvin and Hobbes being like, "Don't ever do my stuff."
Yeah, it really does feel like sort of a spiritual successor to Calvin and Hobbes, except it doesn't get as weird. Because like Calvin and Hobbes got fucking weird at times, and this Yotsuba is played much more straight, but it's in very much the same vein. But they're both things I would love to see adapted at some point, because I feel like...
But the creators are too protective.
Right. Like, I feel like if the right person came along and had the right vision for it, it could be like top-tier television. But there's so much potential for it to go horribly wrong that it wouldn't work. And I totally get why they don't want anyone to touch it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. I don't have a problem with it not existing. It's just that it's just funny that it doesn't, because it's so popular.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I'm a little surprised it wasn't a Crunchyroll thing, though. They just announced that deal, and the first thing that's really going to come out of that is probably, I mean, of course they're going to get Attack on Titan. Duh.
Yeah.
That's such a sure thing. I'm not even watching it when it comes out. I'm not even watching the Steinwall cast.
I wonder if we can read into that, meaning that like the Crunchyroll deal is so new that they, that this happened before that.
Well, you're right. It was probably signed and announced the same day.
Yeah.
Wait, what was?
The Crunchyroll deal.
Right. Oh, I see what you mean. Like they didn't plan ahead or anything. It just happened. Right. Yeah. And so like the Promised Neverland acquisition probably happened even before that deal, maybe.
Honestly, probably whatever we get from Crunchyroll is going to be what's replacing Hunter x Hunter. Because that's about a few months out. I think that's probably the next thing that's getting replaced, actually.
Sata did just put
the next thing to end is JoJo.
Oh, seriously? It's that close already?
Seriously.
Have we heard about a dub for JoJo Part 5?
Nope. We are definitely not, I would say we are definitely not going straight into Part 5.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a season.
So here's how it goes.
In between.
Diamond is Unbreakable ends on June 8th. Hunter x Hunter ends on June 22nd.
Oh, damn. It's close.
Promised Neverland ends the week after on June 29th.
That's so weird.
That's 3 things.
It's 12 episodes. It is 12 episodes. Hey, it gets better. Sword Art Online Part 1 is going to end on July 13th.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Well, they needed this Crunchyroll thing then.
Yeah, no
they got to replace 3 shows in June.
Right. Yeah, and 2 of them are really fantastic shows.
And I don't know that they're going to be able to not get Attack on Titan until June. So
yeah, that's the thing.
I feel like they're going to pretty soon be running a no rerun block.
Yeah.
You know what though? Doesn't this make like Shield Hero all the more likely?
Yes, we've talked about that.
No, please.
If Crunchyroll is definitely pushing, Crunchyroll is definitely trying to get them to air it. I don't know if they would.
No, I feel like DeMarco would watch the first episode and would be like, "What is wrong with you people?"
No, thanks, but no.
Yeah, like
thank you, business partners, but we're gonna pass on this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, like even like
Toonami once aired Hamtaro.
That's not it. Come on.
No, but
I mean, honestly, the closest thing is Sword Art.
Yeah, I mean, think about it this way: Goblin Slayer was once the biggest thing, like last year. We never even whiffed it.
Well, it's maybe too soon. Maybe it's still coming.
I'm hoping not, but with any luck.
But hey,
I mean, that first episode was something, though. Yeah, I feel like you'd see that and be like, yeah, if this is the first episode, I'm going to pass on this one.
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just glad that we're getting a show that is pretty good. And then,
yeah,
we'll probably get Mob season 2. So that's another good show that's probably on the horizon. So.
Oh, yeah, that's probably...
Yeah, that's probably one of the replacements.
Oh, yeah, we said that was going to be the replacement, and now we're dead wrong, so...
Yeah. Right. I mean, it might replace JoJo.
But hey... they may not be able to get the dub out that quick.
I don't know, man. Look how fast they're doing this Promised Neverland.
Where are they going to put it?
Yeah.
Also, that's a Crunchyroll.
Well, I mean,
Mob is a Crunchyroll / what is it? Bang Zoom joint.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, JoJo ends June 12th.
June 8th.
June 8th. I mean, there's plenty of time for them to get it, and it would make sense.
Yeah.
Plus, at least we wouldn't have 3 garbage shows instead of
So yeah,
because I'm just thinking, what the hell is going to replace Hunter x Hunter? I'm like, that's going to be a hell of a downgrade.
Fairy Tail.
Oh God. Honestly, I'd take that over Shield Hero. So
look, if that was just if that just started to become another rotating slot, that's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah.
Look, we've got 3 long runners on the block already. We've got Shippuden, Black Clover, and Boruto.
Right. Black Clover's got to end at some point, though, right? It's not.
We thought it was going to end after 50 episodes. Nope.
Is the manga still like close? Is it close to ending, or is it still ongoing?
I have no idea. It's like
not.
Apparently, it's like Bleach tier in terms of everything. So, like, it could end in 3 chapters, or it could keep going for 300.
So yeah, want to talk about? Well, first off, that was a music video. It was cool.
Oh yeah, it was.
They put Toonami in the heart Netero made, and that's the best.
That was adorable.
Oh yeah. Now that you mentioned, I forgot that happened. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a criminal threats, right?
No, that was 2 weeks ago or something.
Oh, this was just a music.
This was a regular music video.
Oh yeah, I forget what the theme was. It did say it, but I forgot.
Theme was
That.
Stay true to yourself.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good one.
Anyway, block time.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super episode 103. Be ruthless, Gohan. The showdown with 10th universe. Kill everyone in the 10th universe, Gohan, including people you personally know.
He doesn't know anyone personally.
Gowasu.
Oh yeah. No, he didn't meet Gowasu.
Yes, he did.
No, that was Goku. Gohan was not even involved in that entire friggin' arc.
Oh, that's right.
Like, that would have been super cool, but you had to give it all to Goku and Vegeta.
So yeah, he defeated Winnie the Pooh, and that was it. Bye 10th.
Good old. Oh no, punching doesn't work. Punch more.
No, he punched up instead.
Okay.
See, you punch up instead of down, and there you go. I don't even know if this guy's power works that way, but I'm
sitting
like,
over here in the stands, like, I'll buy it.
Yeah, it's like that probably shouldn't work given how his power works, but whatever. Gohan's really strong, so
Yeah. The best thing to come out of the episode though was when somebody in the thread posted a picture that showed Goasu's GodTube channel was closed.
That was fantastic.
So yeah, Gohan beats Z. You know where I'm trying to go with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a shutdown in China, basically.
Yeah. He beat Winnie the Pooh.
Yep. Chinese premiere Winnie the Pooh.
Yep. And now we can't be shown in China anymore.
Yay!
All those Hong Kong viewers lost to us.
And then he has to beat a family man.
He does, but this family man had he had an interesting ability for once.
I forget what it was.
It was he creates after images, and then he spreads his energy out so you can't tell which one is real.
Okay, sure. What if I blew up all of them at the same time?
Well, yeah, I mean, that'd work.
I forget.
So how many universes have we lost now? 2 or 3?
2.
2.
Okay.
We've lost the 9th and the 10th.
Right.
We've lost the furry universe and Goasu's universe.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Also, there was another dude. I forget what his deal was.
Oh yeah, there was the Drat guy, but he's in the wrong universe.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The instant transmission dude.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Well, that was he's the guy who was protecting the pretty cure.
Surprise!
Right?
Ribrianne is a bigger character in this arc. Has to be dealt with later because that's how Shonen goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Boruto.
Okay.
Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, episode 23. This is the most Naruto of episode titles. Bonds come in all shapes. Okay, fine, Naruto. You do that. Anyway, in this episode, a bunch of dumb shit. Also, animation.
Yep.
Yes. Sakuga.
Mm-hmm.
It looked real good.
We got Sakura Sakuga.
Yep.
Finally, Sakura looked actually cool.
She did something, and it was useful.
Yeah, it was a good climax to this arc. I mean, it was a dumb arc, kind of. I mean, it was just. I kind of loved it and hated it at the same time because it's like this is like all this was just because his Sarada's parents wouldn't just come clean about what happened, you know?
Yeah.
Or she didn't believe him, but like.
And because they somehow their umbilical cord was kept in Orochimaru's secret lab for some reason, because Karin was there to deliver the baby for some reason.
Because she's super creepy.
Yeah.
And she's a high school girl.
Kabuto is a snake and is running an orphanage for some reason.
What's up with that?
He should be in jail.
And that's why we get the Promised Neverland.
Yep.
Also, this villain was pretty crap. I mean, he basically had more eyeballs than anyone, but yet the only thing he could do is he had that one power. It's like, I can move people's weapons around.
No, it's just it's fucking magnets.
I'm like, that is bullshit. How do you have that many eyeballs and not be like,
shut up! Don't talk that way about my visual prowess.
Yeah, exactly. Like, his ability was garbage. What do you need that many eyeballs for?
And that little Miki thing never did anything.
Yeah.
Except get punched in a very satisfying way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if somebody straight up, if somebody punched the Parasite from Parasite.
Yeah.
Remember that was a show that existed.
Yeah. Well, it's easier to remember than Dimension W. So.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, sorry. I think I just said something that doesn't exist. I must have made that up. Never mind.
Yeah, don't be stupid, Seacoller.
Well, the best moment in the episode to me, though, was right at the very end when Sakura and Sarada are there and they're kind of seeing off the sauce, and he basically just doesn't even want to kiss his own freaking wife and walks away. He's like, oh, okay, see ya. And then like in the thread, Shard posted, he's like, these two have the sexual chemistry of two rocks.
That's an insult to rocks. But yeah, it's really not good.
Did get like a custom ending to the thing though, like had its own custom end for this episode.
Oh yeah, they just kind of got rid of everything else except the thing. Yeah.
And then like in the ending is a fantasy sequence where Sarada is holding hands with a loving mother and father, Sakura and Sasuke, which will never happen.
Fantasy.
Yeah, that's not a real thing. Please.
But anyway, hey, now Sarada wants to become Hokage.
Yep.
Role reversal.
Yep.
She wants to do the thing that Boruto's supposed to want, but Boruto thinks Hokage is stupid. Sarada literally just wants to deliver lunchboxes to everyone in the village.
Yep.
At least, I mean, I'm okay
and show
with
her
it.
friend Squidward to everyone in the village wearing a salmon suit.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with it because, again, I think it would have been way easier for them to just be like, no, he's going to be, Boruto wants to be Hokage, of course.
Nope. Sarada wants to be Hokage.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. I'm down for that.
Okay.
It would be nice to have someone smart in the role.
Yeah, it's about time. I will say that I'm kind of disappointed in how the arc was adapted because I feel like the cliffhangers in the chapters made it funnier than the cliffhangers they used in the arc.
Hey, man, because I feel like it was paced. I feel like if you did it that way, the pacing would have suffered.
Yes, it would have, but it would have been funnier. I mean, let's be real. Every time the manga ended, it was like, oh my god, Sarada's real mom isn't Sakura. Like it was constantly like...
Until the end where it's like, we weren't actually going to do that.
Yeah.
Did you think we were going to do that? What?
Yeah, it was just a constant troll job until the very end.
But hey, Chocho found her dad. It was her dad.
I'm shocked.
Oh yeah, what was up with that? He was like all skinny.
That's what happens to him.
Yeah, when he uses
the
like he uses an ultimate technique and then he gets all skinny.
It's literally directly calories to power.
Yeah,
I've never seen him do that.
yeah. Apparently, he does it in the war arc that's coming up, but you know.
Okay.
So yeah, Boruto. I have no idea what's next at all. Presumably more after school special shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of school, My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia episode 42, My Hero. In this episode, man, muscles are gross.
They are.
Especially when they're outside of your body.
That is where they should not be.
Yeah, so this guy, his quirk is, if I'm understanding correctly, his quirk is that he can grow his muscles exponentially to the point that they actually break out of his skin.
Ew.
Pretty gross.
So he has like infinite muscle, I guess.
Yeah. He's basically got All Might's power, but way grosser.
And he just happened to be the guy who killed Koda's parents.
Of course.
Who would have thunk it?
Now, I guess there probably aren't that many high-profile
supervillains
out there, so maybe it's not implausible, but it is kind of convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things like how many people in this universe go bad and how many of them are never caught. So it's like, if the guy's still out there,
yeah,
you know, it makes sense that they'd eventually run into him. But
I think it's only odd to us because we were just introduced to both of these characters.
Yeah, I think they needed more than just one chapter, one or two episodes for Coda before springing this.
Yeah. Like if we had known about Muscular in the previous arc or something, then it wouldn't have been such a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
So everybody's freaking out. They're looking for what's the girl's name with the big eyes?
Ragdoll.
Right.
So they're looking for Ragdoll.
Like I said, if anything happens to my Ragdoll, I'm going to kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Deku separates from everybody to go look for Koda and ends up having to protect him. His cell phone is broken, so he can't call for help, and he decides to try to take on Muscular himself.
Yeah.
Yep, you do that. Good.
And he went to 100%.
No, he went to a bajillion%.
He went way overdoing it.
I read in the thread, somebody said readers of the manga questioned this, and they were like, wait a minute. He can't go to 1,000,000,000%, surely.
I literally think it's like the way you would extend out a word if you're yelling it out for a very long time by extending the vowels. It's just way more, and it's like 1,000%.
But what the author said, well, this is I'm hearing this secondhand, so I don't have anything to back this up, but someone said that the author answered that question and said, well, he was really at 100%. He was just in the moment and said 1,000,000.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like he was really over 100%.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He surely wasn't 1,000,000. That would be like he probably would have crushed the earth if he'd done that. But did he win? I don't really know.
He won. He punched that guy. He punched the guy and it didn't work. But then he punched him way harder and that worked.
Yeah.
It's an okay fight. Mostly the emotion really takes it.
Yeah, it's good. It was good, and the music was good, and the animation was decent. It wasn't like super amazing, but it was good. Yeah. I'm surprised it's over already. I kind of thought this would be a bigger deal since it was in the opening.
Yeah. Well, that's how they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of glad it didn't stretch on forever.
We still got these other villains out there too to deal with,
including Spinner, a Ninja Turtle who has just a giant fucking pile of blades strapped together with belts.
That guy's awesome.
Best. This dude's such a fucking moron.
He's a goddamn fanboy, is what he is.
He is so dumb.
Like his power is he looks like a lizard. And
we don't even know what his power is.
Well, I mean, he looks like a lizard. His power probably is I look like a goddamn lizard.
No. That has
it doesn't work that way in this world. Sometimes people can just have like dog heads for no reason.
Remember how Coda looked like a rock dude, but his power is talking to animals? Things have nothing to do with each other.
I still think that's stupid, but whatever. Yeah, his power is probably some dumbass bullshit, but it's like, you know, you sort of look at him and you're like, yeah, he's a dumbass, but I kind of like him anyway.
You know who else is a total dumbass? That one dude from Class B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Class B only had one dude to fail, but you guys had 5?
That guy's whole shtick is that he's just an asshole, right?
Yeah, that's his entire thing.
That's the ultimate version of that, where he's the one dude who failed and he's still trying to shit on them for it.
I kind of like it. It's good. And there's always that one like really tall girl who keeps like putting him in his place. I like it.
Yep. So yeah, that's this episode. Eraserhead got exploded. Yep. Rest in peace, dude. He's definitely dead.
I'm gonna miss him. I mean, not really, but you know.
Not really.
No.
Wait, yeah.
You're not gonna miss him because he's not dead.
I would. I forgot we were talking about some other dude.
I thought we were talking about Eraserhead.
Yes, I will miss him. He's cool. Sword Art Online. Oh boy. Sword Art Online Alicization Episode 6. Project Alicization. For real this time.
Oh, God.
So yeah, yada yada yada. It's actually a project to create a ground up AI. They cloned people. They cloned dude's mind. They cloned this dude's mind.
They cloned babies' minds.
They cloned babies' minds.
So did they kidnap the baby?
No.
Or did they just do it without the permission of the parents?
I don't. Who knows? Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, one is worse than the other. Yeah, I mean, you know, they cloned baby souls.
It all kind of made sort of sense in a stupid SAO way until they said that the AI started procreating.
No, here's what
they cloned more baby souls and pretended they were babies.
But there's like didn't they say there's like 100,000 people in this world or something?
Copy paste. Like it's the same baby souls, but they grow up.
I don't think they cloned 100,000 people.
No, they cloned like 20 and then they kept just copy pasting them.
Yeah, I mean, I figure you get a bunch of adults just because of nurture.
Yeah, like nature versus nurture is gonna make them turn out different to a degree.
I mean, a baby's basically a blank slate, so.
But what you're saying is that the AIs didn't procreate. They like in the game world, the AIs would have a baby, but then the programmers would just insert another fluck light in there.
It's like, okay, here's your baby.
Artificial insemination fluck lighting.
Exactly.
So yeah, they created the society to try to make a war AI, but whoops, suddenly there's this fucking shit called the Taboo Index, and literally nobody will break any law at all.
Yeah.
Ever.
And
they're like, this is bad. We needed people who would shoot drones.
Yeah. And part of the problem is also that apparently some of the fucklights, hacked the system. And
they figured out like through accident how to do system calls, and they think it's magic.
Well, no, I mean, like, there's apparently people in there that can alter other people's, floodlights or whatever.
Like the top dudes of the religion can act like he said this is what happened to Alice. They took her back to the Capitol. They didn't kill her. They just basically reprogrammed her.
Yeah, like they completely matrixed the whole thing.
I missed that part.
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it was buried in between stuff like boob bomb.
That was amazing.
We need to dissect this.
So, what's her face is like, I have a confession to make. I wasn't really in on it, but I totally knew about it.
And I helped.
And didn't really do anything to stop it. I don't know if she helped.
No. She said she helped keep him alive when he was in there fucking around.
Okay, well, anyway, but he put a bomb in my boob.
Right, like she's still got this. I
Not
hope
to
the bomb
actually
is
do anything, but to just be like, look, she didn't do anything. I put a bomb in her boob.
Yeah, she had to do it, otherwise she would explode.
Why?
But then she goes to his mountain cabin, and he just gets out, and he's just like, "Oh, you."
Yeah, like she's like, I'm going there, and I'm gonna kill him, because he's a crazy person. And then she shows up, is like, no, I'm gonna help you instead.
I guess Kaguya's got going on, man. I mean, he can slay him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got
woman literally goes there to take care of Kaiba, and he ends up putting a bomb in her boob, and then she's all for it. She's like, okay, I love you.
God, like this show has no respect for anyone.
Why put it in her boob? Like, it has to. That is the whole trashiness of the light novelness.
You did that because Ground Zeroes already did the other thing.
No, there was the Mark Miller Batman thing where his fake, not Batman, put a bomb in some girl's womb.
Oh God.
Okay.
Batman.
Like no, this is like beyond fucked up. It's like she's pregnant with like her brother's kid because he threatened them or something, and now there's a bomb in there, and if they try and do an abortion, it explodes, and it's like, what?
Comics.
Yeah, I mean, basically, SAO has gone full Mark Miller at this point.
So, I've got a question for you, Grex.
Uh-huh.
Is Kaguya alive and in that place where Asuna saw him?
Yes!
Where did she see him?
When she woke up from her nap, she saw him walking away, and then looked down the corridor, and he wasn't there.
I don't remember this.
Oh my gosh, dude, how did you miss this? This
happened.
Is totally like this scene was made for you.
Yeah,
because you kept going on and on about he's totally alive somewhere.
Oh no, that's me.
Somehow this is completely gone.
Yeah, no, that scene happened. She wakes up from the nap and she thinks she sees him, and she rushes out, and he's not there, and she's like,
and it's like a cliffhanger, and she's like, is he here?
He's totally alive. He's alive. I know it. I feel it in my bones.
That would be the ultimate Sword Art Online fuckery, but I'm still going to say, if I had to put money down on it, he's not alive.
I will put money down on yes.
And just to clarify, it was Grex in a previous episode who says Kayaba will in some form show up somewhere, whether it be virtually.
He's not definitely in that virtual world.
Right,
he absolutely 100% is.
And it was B-Dubs who was saying, oh, he's totally alive and working for Wrath. And I kept going, there's no way he's working for Wrath. But then this scene happens and he's walking around Wrath.
No, like I'm still convinced there's like some Eisen shit going on where there's like the digital version of him in the game.
I mean, we have a whole episode about him.
And him outside the game at the same, because if you'll notice in this episode, they did have that very situation where, the guy's Floodlight is alive and well inside of the program, and then he's sitting out there normally. Yeah. So like they could totally do like the Kingdom Hearts guy's name, the Ansem situation, if they really wanted to, and have two of him exist at the same time. I mean, they did bring back, his ex-girlfriend, and so, if anyone was going to say, oh, that's definitely him, she's the one that could do it.
I mean, it feels like the author of SAO just loves Kayaba. Like, just going out of his way to make him a freaking saint. It's so weird.
He killed 2,000 people.
He killed tens of thousands of people. And then Austin was just like, okay, look, we've all made some mistakes.
Yeah, like she literally boogied him.
She's like, we all made mistakes. Like,
haven't we all committed a few light crimes?
I mean, we've all done, light genocide here and there. You
may have committed some light treason.
Yeah.
Did Asuna and the good guys in the original SAO, did they have to kill other humans?
They definitely did.
Well, like I remember they did it like
that one dude.
Time. Yeah, the one murderer guy they killed.
No, it was the one. He was like a guild member in Asuna's guild.
Right, but he was also one of the murderer guys.
Sure. I just don't remember him because he didn't walk around being like in a dark robe, being like, "My name's Johnny Deathface."
Yeah, that guy.
Like the other members.
So I guess it's fair to say, because that was weird when she said that. I guess what she was alluding to is the fact that during their captivity in SAO, even like Kirito and Asuna and these characters, the main core characters, had to at some point kill a human being at one point or another.
Kirito has definitely directly killed a dude, I think.
Yeah, he's killed at least 2 people at this point.
Yeah,
I think maybe. I can't
really
remember. I always thought they just fought like NPCs. I just don't.
I mean, largely they did. I think.
And Santa Claus, they fought.
There wasn't a lot of PvP.
Right. There was like the one episode of PvP, and that was it.
It's confusing.
Here's a question: Do you think anyone from inside SAO was prosecuted for anything that happened?
Oh hell no.
Yeah, no, it wasn't their fault.
Yeah, I just think it's like, hey,
like Saw, where like you were forced to kill someone to save your own life or something,
Yeah. Well, no. Like, do you think the whatever the super evil kill people club, they actually was like, hey, there were some dudes who actually were just like, yeah, let's kill people. Do you think they got prosecuted, or could they just get off, be like, hey, we didn't?
No.
How do we know?
No. Hang on. Apparently, most of them died at some point in like a big battle.
Yeah, and I think we've seen this battle.
Yeah, right. So, like,
yes, they definitely, Kirito and Asuna definitely personally killed a bunch of those dudes between them.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, they were crazy mass murderers. So
I mean, it's not like I mean, you could totally, in a weird way, say it was self-defense.
It was self-defense.
No, I mean, several. I mean. You could the thing you would definitely say is that nobody could possibly tell that it was actually real, because no one could go outside of the game and check, did they actually die? Maybe dying just let you out of the game. Maybe this dude was lying.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That would have been hilarious. I'd have loved it if that was how it worked.
The whole show was about the morality of them like facing the fact that they might be killing people. So I think they thought they could, and so they were afraid to do it.
Yeah. No, honestly, like I feel like that idea that if they were stuck in the game and they were told that, oh, if you die in here, you die for real. Only if you die for real, you don't actually die, and you just get out of the game. That could have been interesting.
It's like a really fucked up experiment at that point.
Yeah, I know. Like it could be that could be like really fucking cool to do.
Yeah, and Kaguya would definitely still go to prison
for
giving people mental health problems. 10,000 people need psychiatric attention now.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm like, I feel like that would have been a more interesting story than what we got.
So yeah, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see if Kayaba shows up again, or if it was just a weird dream.
Oh yeah, and then she left the super secret military installation and went back and just had a big, the conference of the harem in the game, and just like, check out all these military secrets.
Also, I forgot to mention the creepy nurse is back.
Oh no!
Yeah, the creepy nurse.
We were like, this wouldn't be the same nurse, would it?
It's the same.
It's the same nurse.
Like there's only the one nurse in the entire
only nurse
world.
in the universe.
God, I love it.
Well, she was like, well, I looked after him when he got out of SAO, and so I was the most likely person to take care of him. Oh, and by the way, I just happened to work for the military.
Yeah, and I'm totally crushing on your boyfriend. Don't worry, I'm not
Who
going to do
knows
anything
what
weird.
I was doing when he was unconscious?
Yeah. God. Oh, it's fantastic.
Megalobox.
Wait, are we done already?
Yes.
Oh, we talked about everything, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Megalobox,
episode 13, Born to Die. In this episode, nobody dies.
Well,
thanks, Joe.
I mean, Yuri's legs don't work anymore.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. He damaged his arm so he could box, and now his legs don't work.
Or he got a spinal injury. Or
okay, sure, but
I mean, where did he get the spinal injury from, though?
Probably from the fight that we didn't get to see the end of.
Well, I mean, he got punched in the head, not in the spine.
The gear was probably attached to his spine somewhere.
Well, yeah, but if that was what did it, that probably would have happened sooner.
Hey, he probably really aggravated the whole thing by going to box.
That's fair. It's fair.
Oh, okay. So we get the long-awaited Yuri Joe fight, and you barely get to see it, and when you do, it doesn't look good at all.
Yeah.
Megalobox.
And then the show is like, well, let's just go fast forward to long after that fight's over.
Anyway, you probably didn't want to see the actual ending of this fight, so here's Joe dancing to circus music.
Yep, and then Yuri's in the wheelchair.
Megalobox, the Weird Al Yankovic polka album.
Like, what the hell were they thinking? This would be like Ippo doing the Ippo versus Sendo rematch, only like, oh, we're going to cut like right as he's about to hit Sendo with the final Dempsey roll, and we're just going to... No, you don't get to see that.
I'll tell you what, they shouldn't have named that character Yuri. They should have named him Yaoi. Because him and Joe were like this at the end, you know?
Yeah, they were totally... Yeah.
They were giving each other some weird looks at the end. Well, not weird, but just...
So basically, their desire to box each other was basically just a huge metaphor for their desire to fuck each other?
Yeah, I think that was just like foreplay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a weird way to end the show. It's just like, oh, this is a show about robot boxing? Nah.
No.
And then there's no robot boxing.
Well, there's plenty of robot boxing. It's just... None of it looks good.
There's hardly any robot boxing.
I mean, most of the dudes are wearing robot arms.
Yeah, but it's like...
The point though, is that there was robot boxing, but it wasn't important. Apparently, that wasn't the important part of the show. It was about, like, I don't really know.
Oh, aren't you happy Yukiko's big military contract went through?
Yeah.
You think, the thing that we care about? Totally?
Yeah, wow.
We definitely care about that.
I feel like the show just kind of happened, and then it went nowhere, and I'm all confused.
Yeah, if it was trying to say something, I don't know what it was trying to say.
Look at this! Wow! It's fucking nothing.
Exactly.
And then the worst insult, I mean, maybe it's not an insult, but I just didn't like it, was that the very last thing in the final episode is like a black screen with white text that says, Joe won the match.
Yeah, we did. Thanks, black screen with white text.
It's like, we could have showed you that, but no, here's some text.
Thanks a lot. We made you think it was a double knockout, but no, Joe won. Okay. Let's not show any of the celebration or aftermath of that. Let's just skip forward 2 years to Polka Party.
Everybody's having a picnic.
I swear to God, like, some of the choices they make in the show, make no sense to me. Yeah. I just don't understand.
I mean, it
makes sense if you think the writers were constantly like up their ass and were like, well, you would think that would happen. You would think this was a show about robot boxing, but the main character doesn't use robot arms.
I think the problem is that like, I think the people who made the show thought we cared about these characters more than we ever really did.
Right.
Yeah. Name a character you cared about from the show. Go ahead. I'll wait.
No, actually, I just realized what this show reminds me of.
What?
Remember the first 6 episodes of IGPX?
No.
It's basically exactly like that.
So basically the first 6 episodes where IGPX was like, it's a show about robot racing, but actually we decided it's a show about people talking.
Exactly. It's all of that sort of.
And then 6 episodes later, they're like, oh, maybe we should do some robot racing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like IGPX kind of salvages that.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of realizes 6 episodes in that this was a horrible mistake.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like even the stuff that wasn't the racing in IGPX, like in the later part, was actually okay. Like I think I got kind of invested in the characters. I never really felt invested in these characters.
Right, because it's because I feel like with IGPX they realized where they went wrong pretty early on, and they decided, okay, we can actually fix this because we've got an interesting enough setting. With Megalobox, they never realized where they went wrong, and so they never were able to turn it around.
I mean, yeah, I think that's an issue. My issue again is with the characters, like Junk Dog or Joe. Like he's a cardboard cutout. Like what is his character really? He's just he's just driven. That's it. Like he has nothing else going on.
Yeah.
Yuri has nothing else going on other than he wants to be challenged. That's it. That's his whole character. It's like, oh, I just care about boxing and fighting someone who's strong.
Right. Which, I mean, is perfectly fine. It's just,
I don't think so. I think it's boring. Like, it's not fine because I don't, again, like, that's not interesting enough for me to care about that character. He didn't even have anything, like, really charismatic. Like, you can be that kind of flat 2D character if you're charismatic. He wasn't. He was boring.
Yeah, like, you can get away with it if, you're otherwise kind of interesting. Like, if you're, like, the fun asshole or something.
Yeah.
Then that works. But
I mean, like Ivan Drago is like 50,000 times more interesting to me than
Drago is
Yuri.
Amazing. I mean, Drago has like 5 lines in the entire goddamn movie,
but he's menacing and
he's
like
fantastic.
Yeah, and then like Yuri's just like I don't even know how. I can't even do an impression of Yuri. He's just like I punch people.
Exactly. Like there's not enough going. Like they wanted to
somebody say true skill.
Yeah, like they wanted to go for the cool genius, but they missed completely in making him cool.
They even gave that mobster guy like a final scene in this.
He's just like, I can't believe you did it, man. Sure glad I don't want my money.
Yeah. Oh, he probably got paid.
And I'm as a viewer going like, I don't care about this bad guy's impression of the match.
Hey, remember Sanchio's other urchin hanger-ons that we don't even get names for?
Oh,
yeah, they're there.
They don't. Wow. Who cares?
All the other orphan boys are there.
Unless you guys have something
off to live in a shack in the woods.
Yep.
Unless you guys have anything more to say about this episode, let's rank this thing.
Yeah, let's rank this thing. Do you guys need me to post the link to the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have the spreadsheet for the last awards, but not the actual thing.
Okie dokie. Last edit was February 5th. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I guess that's when... What was that? What did we last rank?
I don't remember.
I feel like it was something in the middle. No, it was Mob Psycho. Duh.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
So, yeah, I have a message from Seda.
Okay.
If you want my absentee vote, I would place Megalobox below IGPX somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
It's funny. We were just talking about IGPX being similar, but I was thinking it was better.
Yeah. No, like I was saying, it starts off like it's where IGPX was for those first 6 episodes, but then IGPX figures out that, oh, this is actually bad and not good, and so we're going to do something cooler. And Megalobox never quite figures that out.
So yeah, it's definitely worse than IGPX.
Right.
What about Fully Coolly Progressive?
I'd rather watch
Progressive
that again.
Probably had more interesting scenes going on for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there were moments in that show that were kind of like transcendent to the rest of the crappy season.
Yeah, well, like the reason it's all
there were moments you thought it could be good.
Yeah,
yeah, like the reason it's down there is because it wasn't able to keep the high bar that it set at times.
Had a terrible ending too. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Mm-hmm. Parasite.
I think Parasite's probably better.
Yeah,
I kind of agree. I mean, I think Parasite had a premise that was more interesting,
and it actually did something with the premise. Like we got to see the weird parasite stuff.
And while I don't remember their names, I remember a lot more characters from that show being interesting.
Right. Yeah, like Jaw, Parasite guy.
Yeah. And then that one woman.
Oh yeah, the weirdo.
Yes.
And then there's the stalker chick and Blue
Well,
Exorcist.
let's say Parasite has a bunch of moments where characters decide to do incredibly stupid things.
Right, but it's still entertaining.
But then in Megalobox, the writers decide to do incredibly stupid things.
Right. It's like, I think we're sort of reaching the tier where it's like, it's stupid but entertaining.
Blue Exorcist.
I mean, Good Guy Satan is just funny. I'm sorry.
Put bombs on planes. Fly those planes into hell. Blow up hell. Blue Exorcist.
I'm sorry. That's fantastic.
There was a couple of episodes in Blue Exorcist I liked.
Yeah.
I can't really say that about Megalobox, I'm afraid.
There were some good slice of life episodes in Blue Exorcist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thundercats.
Thundercats started.
When was the last time you thought about Thundercats?
Yeah, no, Thundercats started off good and then went entirely off the rails in like the third episode.
So kind of like Megalobox.
No, I think was actually better. Oh, like I feel like we're getting close.
Yeah, I do too.
Like,
I mean, I'm looking at the list here. The next one.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it's not the bottom 10. It's not going below Inuyasha the final act.
I don't know.
Okay, I kind of agree with you, Grex, but tell me why.
It's not
like Inuyasha's problem was the pacing. You know, like they crammed entire volumes into episodes, but the pacing got better after a certain point.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. No show with this soundtrack should be in the bottom 10.
Soundtrack can only save so much. Like SAO has a good soundtrack, and it's not a bad soundtrack. It's still fairly good. It's a show that looks good too. You know, like
anyway, we forgot about the Thundercats. Is it better or worse than Thundercats?
I mean, I think we're in the right area. It's the next three are Thundercats, Final Act, and Sword Art. And I mean, I guess I would put this somewhere around there. Because obviously the next thing after that is Samurai 7, and that's probably garbage. Shippuden is beyond garbage.
Megalobox is not worse than Sword Art Online.
No, like if I had to pick, it would be between Final Act and SAO.
No, I would not do that. I would say it's probably.
I would say either above or below Thundercats is where
I would go above Thundercats.
No, it's not better than Thundercats. Thundercats had that hilarious thing where it ended on the cliffhanger of what's-his-face's girlfriend actually being evil.
Yeah, but that's
actually the girlfriend of the bad guy.
With the show.
Yeah, and also,
it's hilarious.
I mean, I think Thundercats, for all its good intentions, felt like, and this isn't meant to be a joke or anything, but like it felt like a Saturday morning cartoon. And Megalobox at least feels like it's trying to do something artistic, even if it's failing. Like it felt like the people who were making Megalobox were like, we're going to make a real artsy boxing show. And I think Thundercats just felt like kind of like just, I don't know, family friendly.
Like I'm thinking of those first couple of Thundercats episodes, and those were really good.
Yeah.
Like when you look back on it.
I think you're looking at through rosy.
I think Thundercats fell harder than Megalobox.
I don't think I'm not sure Megalobox ever really got off its feet, but
yes. Look,
let's vote. We've got three people here. Let's vote.
The first time I watched Megalobox, I thought it was pretty good, and then I watched it a second time. I was like, "Wait, I'm a dumbass. This is bad."
Yeah,
that's more than I can say. I didn't think it was that great, and this was the first time I saw it. I thought it was. I got bored. I was bored by like the fourth episode. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I honestly, I was pretty much done by like episode 2 or 3.
I feel like episodes 1 and 2 of Megalobox, you can come out of that thinking, this is going to be real good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then Sachio raps.
No, and then first Sachio shows up. Second, he drops the gear, and it's like, oh.
Well, I mean, every boxing show either has a street urchin or a dog in it.
Yes.
It failed as a show on its most the one thing it should have done right, which is
like
the boxing.
its basic premise is a complete mess, which is kind of why I would argue below Inuyasha, because like the Inuyasha basic premise still works. They just fucked up the pacing.
No, but imagine how bad the pacing of that had to be to completely fuck up that basic premise that was really solid.
Yeah. I mean, they did fix it at the end, though.
The only reason I don't, and I'm okay with putting it above Inuyasha, but the only reason I'm hesitant is because I feel like Inuyasha at least has characters that I like.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And there's just, I mean,
also
boy, Joe and Yuri and some woman who runs that company.
Twice as boring.
Say again.
Inuyasha is twice as long and twice as boring.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It had some
cool.
moments,
like he was shooting black holes out his sword. That's pretty cool.
I don't know. For the record, I always felt like you guys ragged on Inuyasha Final Act more than I think it deserves, but I'm not going to go out of my way to defend it that much. So
yeah,
because it's like I don't know how it got so low on this list. Because to me, it was like, yeah, it was terrible pacing, but like,
yeah,
it's still the same show.
The act of Inuyasha, watching Inuyasha is an enjoyable. It's an enjoyable time, and they really, really fucked that up.
Yeah, like I feel like if they hadn't screwed up the pacing of the first 6 or 7 episodes, it would probably be up there with season 1 somewhere. I don't know.
The ending's not great anyway.
The ending's pretty awesome.
And everything with Naraku, and it's just like, okay.
Well, I mean, you know, they're shooting like black holes out the sword to kill him. That's awesome.
That doesn't matter, dude.
All right, so where are we putting it?
I'm putting it I'm putting it above Thundercats.
Okay. B-dubs?
I'd put it just below Thundercats.
So it's up to me. What did Seda say? He wanted it below what? IGPX?
IGPX.
Yeah.
So we're definitely below that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to put it above Thundercats because, again, I think it's trying to do something artistic, and Thundercats was just playing it by the numbers. So.
Okay.
All right. Megalobox is our new number 41.
Tokyo Ghoul just keeps going further down on that list.
There are, well, hey, if we get if we get Shield Hero, it's gonna go up.
Well, that's a tall order. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it won't be the bottom at least.
That's the only way it could go up is if it's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Hey. So yeah, Megalobox, you were better than Thundercats.
Maybe.
Oh, and yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So not in the final 10, but close. So
that's the thing. Yeah. It's always just a thing where it's like, this is not a bet. I know when I see a bottom 10 show,
right?
Okay.
And this is not it.
Like, I'm still waiting for something to knock Inuyasha out of the bottom 10.
Well, guess what? That's probably gonna. Let's see. If Black Clover actually ends, that's a guarantee.
That'll do it. The new SAO season could do it.
Wow.
No, because SAO is already below it.
We would count
SAO could only go further down.
Did we re-rank SAO after the
I feel like
second and
season
no, because we ranked it first time after both had aired.
Oh, you're right. We counted both things as one. So Alicization would be its own thing.
No, Alicization we would now re-rank Sword Art.
Okay.
Are you sure? Because we did the for the different JoJos, and
I mean, JoJo
there's
is
no
a
hard and
thing.
fast rule. There's no law about or rule about this. It's just what feels right. So JoJo's feel separate. I think SAO just feels like another season. So.
Well, that would probably drop it all the way down.
Yeah, especially GXP tier. Once we hit 10, it's going to be like, okay, this needs to be. This is 3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah, it's going to go to GXP tier.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
All right.
Unicorn looked pretty at least, and it didn't feature rape in every season.
that should be on the box. This show features rape every season.
Turn on online. A rape every season.
Oh, that's the title of our podcast.
No, that's probably a bad idea.
That's probably a bad idea. Never mind.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Okay. We can do that when episode 10
that makes me feel uncomfortable to say that.
You're right.
Episode 10 is just slamming your face against the keyboard. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, episode 28, Highway Go-Go, part 1. In this episode, not Highway Go-Go, they've still got to do some dice.
Yep.
And Rohan is very, very not happy that he can't figure out how Josuke is cheating, so he just stabs his own finger off with a pen.
It's funny because there's no possible way he'd be able to figure out because the dice are an alien.
No, he could have figured it out if he had just spent 5 more seconds looking at him before everyone was like, dude, your house is on fire. Seriously, though, it's like a 4-alarm blaze 2 feet away from us. Fires are loud. You would have heard this.
Yeah, and the funny part is the whole thing was caused by the magnifying glass, which is, even more bullshit.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, I know. And it kind of feels like Araki got into this. He's like, oh, hell, how do I end this without Josuke taking all of his money? Oh, okay, the house is on fire.
And I guess Rohan's just so rich he doesn't care. He's like,
Rohan's just like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like more angry that Josuke's outsmarted him than anything else.
So yeah, that's where the episode. Once this little episode ends, or that part of the episode ends, I was following everything, and then they get to that tunnel, and now I don't know what's going on.
Well, okay, I'm gonna make it very easy for you. The room in the tunnel is bullshit. That has nothing to do with anything.
I mean, I kind of like it,
Yes, but here's the straight up thing. The stand doesn't actually have to do anything like that. Or it does, but it just never does that again. It has nothing to do with the stand, actually.
That's a little disappointing because
it's literally one of those cases where he's like, I'm starting right in this fight and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of wish the room thing would stick around, if only because it makes the stand and fighting it more interesting. It puts it's a strong stand, and having the person have to go into the room puts a really good addition on it.
The actual fight is way more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. But knowing that room is not related to anything still doesn't help me understand what's going on. All I know is they're being
a bit of a mystery that
they're being attacked. I don't know who or why.
Maybe the tunnel wall is attacking them.
Wait till next episode. Yeah, that's totally it.
Yeah.
Kira's dad shot the wall with an arrow, and now the wall has a stand.
The wall has a stand.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time some dumbass thing had a stand. Dio had an eagle with a stand.
Oh, geez. You want to talk about dumbass things having a stand? Man, there's a thing very soon.
Oh, man.
It's super good.
Oh, one thing we forgot to mention, though, about the what's the guy's name that's the alien? Well, anyway, that guy. I liked how in our previous podcast episode we were talking at great length about whether he's an alien or not, and now that the show straight up is is he an alien? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like they had to do that because then otherwise it turns really weird.
So apparently, there's a woman, and who's we're meant to believe is his mom, and so it's oh, okay, so no, he's not an alien because here's his mom. But then he turns it around and goes, oh, well, I'm just controlling her. She's not really my mom. She's just my cover. And it's you don't know which to believe. So it's kind of, I like it. It's a mystery.
Why would a human break out in hives at a sound of sirens?
Exactly.
That's a bit weird.
That's the one thing that makes it. But then again, why are there monsters walking around in everyday life too? That weird monster that's the dad of Okuyasu.
Hey, that's
stand bullshit.
That's Dio's vampire bud fuckery.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's a different kind of supernatural.
Yeah.
I still feel like there's a character in JoJo that we've seen recently that just has a weird, like, non-human appearance. But maybe I'm
Oh, you mean Okuyasu?
Wait, how was that?
That's cold-blooded.
That was a joke.
Okay. Well, there are like lots of short people in Moria. Lots of really short people.
Of Shigechi.
Shigechi. Yes, Shigechi. That's the one. Yeah, the ones that he doesn't have hair. He has spikes.
What is his head? What is on his head?
Yeah, and nobody goes, "Ooh, what are you?" they're just like a kid.
My headcanon is he's a bald kid with he's got a lot of his head's not very flat.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, that's my point though, is that like there's that guy walking around who doesn't look, he looks like a gremlin, but nobody mentions it. So why would it be so unusual in this world that there would be somebody who, for whatever reason, has long ears and and gets hurt by loud noises? I mean, like, I guess there's vampires in this world. Why not?
Yeah.
But I still think he is an alien. So.
Yeah. So anyway, now we get Josuke on a motorcycle.
Yep.
That's gonna be cool.
I feel like he should have had a motorcycle already.
He definitely cannot afford a motorcycle.
He seems the type to have a motorcycle, though.
He can't afford that.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, first off, he just looks like the type, but remember, he's not actually a delinquent at all.
Mm-hmm.
He just tries to get money. He never gets any, though.
Yeah, he's just Eddie.
You know who we haven't seen in a long time is his mom.
I kind of miss her. I liked her.
Sure.
She was kind of like a badass. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's normal human badass. This is Stan bullshit.
Yeah, I know, but they could still have her around.
And she just get in the way of all the fun. Like all anime parents. All anime must have heroes who live 500 miles away from their parents in an apartment by themselves.
Except for Kirito and Asuna.
Yeah, they live at home.
They live and have their virtual daughter.
Yes. They live at home, and they also live online, and they have weird virtual AI.
I'm sorry to go off topic for a second, but I'm reminded of something I saw in this week's SAO. I thought I saw a wedding ring on Asuna.
They definitely are basically just counting down until they're actually adults, and they're just like, well, now we're married.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, they definitely have all the paperwork filled out already. They just got to date it and hand it in or something.
So, yeah. Also, I refuse. Is a moment that was ruined because reasons.
Yeah. It's a bit awkward.
Black Clover. Black Clover episode 62. Bettering one another. This is also the most Naruto-ass episode title of all time.
It really
but it's for Black Clover.
What the hell happened in this episode again? I forget.
I don't remember.
All I know is that the guy who they think is an amazing villain, but he's just like a grinning dude who sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Came back and started fighting them.
Oh, it's me. I'm back again.
I don't even remember
that's basic. You did the perfect impression. That's him. He uses a move in this episode called.
He has a line in this episode that has the exact same energy as "Oh my God, Kayama."
Yeah,
I forget what.
He also has a move. He has a move where it's called a million lasers.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what he said.
Yeah.
Is it? I forget.
That's what he said. A million lasers. Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Just a fucking million lasers.
And I don't even remember if they beat him.
No. Oh, that's because next episode is the one with the crazy pain animation.
Okay. I know that he took the girl hostage for a moment. I remember that happening. I don't remember anything else. I guess you could say this. I guess you could say this episode wasn't very memorable.
No. Not at all.
Nope.
So let's not talk about it anymore. Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter, episode 135. This day and this moment. Okay, did you cry?
Yes.
Yeah, I got choked up. Yeah.
I didn't.
It's because you're
I'm more manly than you.
Then you
you cried like a little baby.
No, you're just
okay.
You had the volume off.
No, I'm. It was good.
Okay. You know what? I'll say. Like, I didn't really feel the emotion until the after credit sequence scene.
Oof. That's
when it really got me. I'm like, oh man.
What is there to say about Hunter x Hunter?
I don't know. Like, it's
you certainly didn't think it would end this way.
No. I mean, they did a good job of making us care about the king. I still say that he deserved to die.
Yeah.
I still feel like he wasn't completely reformed.
Right.
But I think they did a good job of showing him as being like, okay, he is a different character now, and he never regrets anything that he did.
Mm-hmm.
But he clearly loved Komugi in the end, so that was, yeah. And I guess she really loved him, although that is kind of vague to me.
Well, she loved she really did love her Gungi playing friend.
Yeah, I think I remember like the line that she used. You know, yes, let's keep playing, or whatever it was in Japanese, was basically a marriage proposal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was like the way she said it would have been like really serious, a serious relationship thing. Like apparently this is something I didn't know until recently, is that in Japan, I'm not making this up, this is true, that like couples don't usually say I love you to each other. Like, that's just too much. Like, even if you're dating someone, unless you're married, there just isn't the equivalent of that in Japanese where you just say I love you. Because to say that is like the most serious kind of commitment statement.
Oh, it's like how you can't even, it's like, oh, I called you by your first name. That basically means we're fucking.
Yeah, it's like, they take it to another level. And so, like, when you have people, like, if you have, let's say, an American or a European who is living in Japan and dating a Japanese guy or a Japanese girl, and then that European or American says I love you, that makes the Japanese person feel really uncomfortable, because that is like, it's like something you would say to someone when they're about to die. It's not something you just say casually to someone you love. And so I get the impression that what Komugi said here was just like, seems trivial to us, but in the context of a Japanese person is like, whoa.
Yeah.
But like the whole thing with Komugi, it's like, I feel like, I don't know how to put how I feel about her, because it's like, I guess she was really thankful that she got pulled away from her like miserable life to play Gungi with the dear leader.
Yeah.
And that's why she's so happy, because he didn't really do a whole lot.
It's like
nice things for her, you know?
I mean, he saved her from the bird and whatnot.
I guess. But like, it's just like, that, well, I don't know.
I mean, it's like her existence, you know, before this was basically like completely horrible. And like from her perspective, she got, you know, snapped out of obscurity to like do her favorite thing in the world against someone that could give her a challenge for as long as she wanted. And I think as often as she wanted.
Right. And I think it's also this thing, that another thing about Japanese culture that I don't really relate to or understand, is that they seem to really put a lot of importance into like hierarchies and royalty. Like, I think it's just part of, and I'm not sure about this, but I think it's like, like how they care a lot about like, oh, well, you're my senpai, I have to treat you with respect.
There's an entire semester of Japanese language study dedicated to, okay, here's all the honorifics you need to use.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, it's not just the language, it's like the language copying the culture where like,
it's like, you didn't say that sentence with the proper respect.
Right. Like, and like, if you ever met the prime minister, or you ever met like a royalty in Japan or something like that, you need to bow down and kiss their feet because that's the right thing to do. Whereas I'm never, I don't feel that way in America. I'm like, we have elected leaders. I don't give a crap,
Yeah.
But, and I think it's like that, where like Komugi is like just in awe of the fact that the leader of the country, who she thinks, I guess, is the leader of the country, is treating a peasant like her with such respect.
Oh yeah, by the way, the real leader of the country was just chilling in a fucking farm somewhere the entire time.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Oh my god, the dude wasn't even the real dude.
Yeah, that was amazing. No, it's like, I feel like from Komugi's perspective, the entire thing was like one of those sappy Hallmark movie channels where, the normal girl meets the prince and then they fall in love and get married and all of that stuff. Because she didn't know she got kidnapped. Like in her mind, she got, she went to the castle and she was pampered and she played games the whole time, and
I still feel like there must be a little bit more to it though, like relationship wise, because like the king even says, I'm gonna die and it's contagious, and she's okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, she just didn't have any and although again, this is coming from a person who's willing to die to play Gungi, so
yeah,
I don't know. I liked her character a lot. I just don't understand her motivation.
I mean, I think it's just related to how crappy she had it before, and how amazing comparatively she had it after.
Yeah.
Like she was in a situation where if she ever lost, she would have to kill herself. And now it's like, if she lost, it's fine. She can just go on playing.
I will say I did like the fact that the king never beat her.
Oh, that was fantastic. It's like she was the one person he could never beat.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a trick. She's just that good.
Yeah. But it was like she got the W at the end. Like, she's not the one that killed him.
The king's going to take over the world. If only the pharaoh can beat him in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. It's like she got the W, but she never really,
But that final scene where we don't see, I loved how they did this, where it's all black, but then there's just these little, like, it'll light up from time to time. And what it's doing is it's showing the viewer of the show what Komugi is seeing, because she's blind. So it's like she touches his hand and then she touches his face. And it's like, that would be the moment that she first saw his face, by touching his face. That's it was so well done.
And she was still okay with it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, she cares more about his character.
Yeah.
He looks,
and then his whole like,
he feels kind of like he looks like Brad Pitt.
But and then his whole like, "Are you still there, Komugi?"
Oh man, that always gets me.
Yeah.
And they like, there's some other stuff I kind of want to say about this, but I can't yet.
Well, and then I get the impression too, because like the whole thing with Palm, and she's like, I'll tell you where Komugi is on one condition: if I get to watch, like, to watch you, I guess, die, but also to watch your relationship or whatever, I guess. And then, like, I get the impression that the king and Komugi played their game, and I don't know how much time passed, but I get the impression it was like hours or maybe days.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably hours.
I have no idea personally, but I presume it was a while.
Yeah. I feel like it was like at least a day.
Yeah, like a day, maybe two tops.
So yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
This show's almost over.
Oh yeah.
So the next episode, is it a transition episode, or are we just into the next?
I would say it's the wrap up. It's basically the Chimera Ant bow. Put a bow on it.
Yeah,
okay.
They're putting a bow on it, and at the same time transitioning to the next arc.
Okay.
Because the next arc plays directly into the aftermath of this arc. Like, you can say that the next arc is the transition between Chimera Ant and the arc that follows.
Which we won't see.
Right. Which is kind of a shame because it's fucking crazy.
Well, since we'll never see it, what is the name of not the next arc, but the one that that's not part of the anime?
Okay. You can call it either I can't actually use one of the names without spoiling
the Secession War?
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I can call it without spoiling the entire thing. Basically,
I will also say it's a Kurapika arc.
Yes. It's basically
it is
Game of
all about Kurapika.
Right. And the spiders are there. And it's basically the king of Hunter x Hunter China has decided to abdicate, and he has 13 kids. And he basically sets up a Nen death match. Each of them gets their own, Nen parasitic beast that they have no control over. And whoever comes out alive wins. And Kurapika winds up as a guard for essentially a little baby who is trapped in this entire thing.
Also, there's like 17 million bodyguards, and Jesus Christ, trying to make sense out of this shit.
And what did you say? What did you say it was called?
I would just call it the Secession War arc.
Yeah.
Also, they're on like a boat that's floating in a lake on top of a much larger boat.
Yeah. And they're going someplace they really shouldn't be going.
I feel like at this point you guys should stop. You just keep telling me too much. So
the boat thing is the most hilarious part. It's just like a tiny, think of a rubber duck floating in a small little kiddie pool on top of a whale.
I mean, the boat is actually shaped like a whale.
Literally, it's like a cartoon whale.
Yeah.
It looks like Baby Laboon.
Right. Yeah. Let me think. Bisky's also there, and Melody is there, and Ninja Guy that broke Gon's arm is there, and the spiders are all there, and like half the Zoldycks are there.
Shit's gonna go wild in 7 years.
Yeah, basically the next time this comes back, everything has the potential to go sideways all at once.
I wonder if it ever will.
And there's one guy everyone calls Terror Sandwich, and he likes to skin people. Like he literally, his fetish is flaying people.
Cool. Sounds like a nice dude.
It's how he's introduced to us.
Yep.
He picks up a girl and then he takes her skin off.
All right. That's some Akame got kill shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically Togashi.
That dude is a member of the Wild Hunt.
Yeah. Togashi saw Game of Thrones and he's like, that ain't shit. I can do better than that.
Duh. You are like little baby.
Exactly. In both hiatus and content.
Naruto Shippuden. Naruto Shippuden, episode 242, Naruto's Vow. In this episode, I forget.
Oh, this sucks. I forget too.
I forget. Yeah. So the two actually named Earth Village ninja are off to deliver a message, but oh no, some dude tried to assassinate them. And so girl ninja is like, I'm kill him. And Naruto's just like, no.
For reasons. And then they think he's just some random schmuck.
Oh yeah, and it had that nerdy ninja.
Yeah. What's his name? Future Hokage boy.
Wimpy ninja.
Wimpy guy.
This episode contains 3 future Kages.
Really? Wait,
yes.
Well, who? I know the nerdy one is one, but who else?
Right.
The girl ninja who was very mad becomes the Tsuchikage.
Yes.
Really? Her?
Yep.
Yep. Well, I mean, someone got to replace that old ass man.
Someone has to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the big like dumb guy.
Well, I mean, it's not like we have a named character who can take over other than her.
No, there's that big fat dumb guy.
Oh yeah, you're gonna leave it. You're gonna leave it to the big fat dumb guy now.
Yeah. I mean, he's named. That's all I'm saying. He has a name, but he doesn't get to be the whatever Kage because he's a big fat dumb guy.
Yeah, he doesn't get to be Joe Kage.
So all I remember is that there's a lot of people upset. Somebody's got revenge. Naruto uses Talk no Jutsu. That's it.
Yep. Everything's fine.
I mean, there's a kind of Jiraiya flashback, but it's the one they always use, so, you know.
I do know that the next episode of the series is Resort Island, we arrived.
I think it's fun. It's finally getting back to canon, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, what episode is it? Number, I mean.
I don't know.
243.
43. Let's see. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, this actually does cover 3 chapters. And
all right,
after
cool.
That is still canon. And still canon.
Again, like I said last week, I don't think it matters with this show. It could be canon or not canon. It doesn't really impact the quality of the story.
No, I mean, like, there's some interesting stuff about to happen. Like this next part is probably the last redeemable part of the entire story.
Sure. I'm bored. Let's stop talking about Naruto.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we go back to talking about SAO? Because that was really fucking dumb.
No, it's time to go to bed.
All right.
Thank you, C-Kohler.
No problem.
Thank you, B-Dubs.
No problem.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 144. Good night, everyone.